What's going on, YouTube? YouTube, it is the Badwolf. What it is, what it is. I miss each and every one of you guys. It's amazing how around every corner life can take a turn for the better. Though this is definitely not my favorite time of the year, I will always keep it 100 with you guys. I do appreciate being able to reach out to you guys and express myself, be myself. I just got a text from somebody important, very important to me, so that makes my day smile. But onward and upwards. So this particular video is a segment on deception by police. Did you know that? You know what? Hold on. Let's back it up. Back it up. Show my punum. There it is. All right. So, did you know that the police can lie to you? Do you know that they can use psychological tactics on you? Did you know that they can deceive you? That's messed up. By law, you would think that they have to tell the truth because they're supposed to be upstanding individuals. They are trained liars. They are trained just enough in psychological warfare to use it on the average person who doesn't even stand a chance, because the average person has less than average intelligence. So when dealing with a cop, unless you're somebody with above average intelligence, you're probably not going to understand what they're trying to do to you. The questions that lead on, the escalated stop, the, all of the things that they do. I've seen it. I've had them try to use it on me. It doesn't work so well. And that's somebody with an IQ of almost 160. So we're going to take a look at what the Department of Justice has to say about deception by police, because they can do it. These people, not that they're all bad, but they are trained to get results. They're trained to get their man or woman. So they're going to do whatever it takes. And even if they have to pin it on you at the end of the day to make the numbers look good, they just might hit you on the nose. Boop. So let's take a look. All right. So this is the Department of Justice. These are your friends. I know some of you guys may not like the government, but I love them. They are the good ones. They are the line in the sand. You shall not pass. Okay? Because when all else fails, if the states don't treat you right, the states ain't your friend because they're local. Hell, you can live next door or sleep next to a devil. Some of you guys are. Sadly enough, some of y'all might be sleeping next to somebody who's cheating on you right now. So I know the devil's there because I slept next to one my damn self. Ooh. All right. I won't get into all that. But anyway. All right. So deception by police. Got the NJC or NCJ number right here. If you want to look it up for yourself. This was published back in 1982. The length is 15 pages. Well, I don't see all 15 pages here. So it looks like they're just giving you an excerpt. Okay. So yeah, look, no downloads available. This is one of the things that is aggravating about these people. Guess you can find it in a library if you want the full thing. We'll do that after we get done reading this section, just for a moment. All right, so judicial permission for the police to use deceptive practices in investigations. So judicial, so the federal government gave them permission to do what they're doing. Now, this is supposed to be just an undercover work. You see this? If they're undercover, they're in a sting or an operation, something like that. So really, according to this article, and I haven't read all of them, obviously, they're not supposed to use it in their normal day-to-day practice. they're also supposed to not run your plates just because they're behind you unless you're doing something suspicious, but they do. This is what the government doesn't see. This often carries over into the interrogation and testimony phases of police development of a case. As police become accustomed to the use of deception to gain the conviction of a defendant they considered guilty. So when they consider you guilty, hell, not even if they consider you guilty, they're using it all the time. So though this is in 15 pages in length, the executive summary is right here, or they call it the abstract. So all of it's surmised into one little 2 or 3 paragraph thing here, section. All right, so.
Detecting is a process that moves from investigation, often through interrogation, and then to police testimony in court. Police are offered considerable latitude by the courts during the investigation stage.
In other words, they're given a kind of a wide berth, meaning try not to break the law, but bend that mother as much as you can. That's what that means. But let's go on. Lovely assistant, take it away.
Stage. This includes the use of informants, court-approved wiretapping, and undercover work. This latitude to deceive carries over into the interrogation and testimonial stages as a subculturally supported norm among officers.
So, what do they say right here? If they're interrogating you, which is usually what they're doing on the side of the road, they can lie. They can lie.
Officers. While physical coercion, beatings, torture, etc., is clearly prohibited by the courts in police interrogations, psychological intimidation, and various forms of deception are permitted once a suspect has consented to be interrogated.
Did you hear that? Though they cannot put their hands on you as far as beating, torturing, anything like that, they can use psychological intimidation and various forms of deception. Well, then to me, and no offense to the good ones out there, but you're liars. You're using deception and lies to try to coerce people. A lie can shift the balance of power in an instant. This should not be allowed in my opinion, but by law, the government has allowed them to do such. And now here's a key thing here. It says once the suspect has consented to be interrogated. Are you guys reading this? Are you hearing me? You know what? I'm just going to pause right here for like a couple seconds. Just read that for yourself. Once a suspect has consented to be interrogated, you have the right to not be interrogated. You can plead the fifth. This is where this comes from.
Provided any information provided by the suspect appears to be voluntary.
So being interrogated, you have to consent. The information you give is voluntary.
Appears to be voluntary. The polygraph, which is being increasingly used by the police, is not a purely objective test of the truth of a person's statements, but it is often used by the police as though it were.
So the polygraph is not 100% accurate. Though they might try to admit this in court, your results, it is not a purely objective test of the truth. So if you're going to fight, you need to bring up this right here. Those polygraph results are not objective testaments of the truth. of my statement.
Objective test of the truth of a person's statements, but it is often used by the police as though it were. By such deception, it is.
So it's deception. Let's go on, because it gets good right here. The next sentence.
Is used as a social control mechanism.
It's a social control mechanism, my good people. They are using deceptive tactics because if you pass it, then they're going to say, well, we don't need that. If you don't pass it, they're going to say, we need that. You didn't pass it. And why can you not pass it? Because it deals with your blood pressure. It deals with your muscles twitching, your heart rate, in some cases, perspiration, your breathing. These things, this could mean you're just nervous. But they use this as a deception, as a means of social control, a mechanism to try to gain ground on you. Because you're going to be so nervous, you're probably not going to pass, and then they can use that against you. Well, he didn't pass the polygraph, because we know that's 100% perfect. I can deceive a polygraph in an instant, because I know what it's looking for. I can make that thing trigger yes or no how I see fit. I've studied psychology, anatomy, martial arts. Let's go on.
Mechanism. While deception in courtroom testimony is clearly perjury,
So, did you hear that? If they're in a courtroom trying to use deception, it's perjury. It's a federal offense. You're lying. So if they use these things against you in the courtroom, it's perjury. It's not allowed. So they try to build this against you before you get there. Then they try to admit it. You need to contest it. Nope. That polygraph was a deceptive system of social control. It has no objective fact on the truth of a person's statement. You use physical coercion, psychological warfare, and techniques. And you're bringing those things that were outside of the court into the courtroom.
Used as a social control mechanism. While deception in courtroom testimony is clearly perjury, the mindset of police officers does not easily shift from the investigative and interrogation phases. Deceptions in testimony so as to convict a defendant deemed by officer witnesses to be guilty is not uncommon, when officers believe that accurate testimony might increase the chances of an acquittal. 56 notes are provided.
So a cop is going to essentially maintain his position on lying in court. That's perjury. You are done, son. But you have to find where they're lying. Where they violated the law, where they committed perjury. Now, for people who are dealing with things of that nature, you can file a civil rights complaint right here. You want to file an EEO, equal opportunity at your job? They didn't want to take your W-8BN or your W-4V or your exemption? Right here. You want to do a FOIA request with these people, the Office of Justice? Right here. Now let's take a look and see if we can find the full article in the library. We got a whole book right here on ethics. Is it ethical for them to do what they're doing? Police deception and dishonesty. The logic of lying. Now, don't misunderstand. These people are not masters at it. They're just better than you. They study all of this and get a crash course in 9 months. They're not trained. They're trained in aspects of law, but they don't know the law. They only know the statutes and codes that belong to within their jurisdiction. But here we are on worldcat.org. Okay, I'm going to bookmark it because I'm a nerd. Oh, wait, you guys could hear that? No, whatever. All right, so look, and they have a understanding police interrogation, confessions, and consequences. Okay, it tells you where you can go and find it in your area. So there you have it. Police can use deception, and that can carry then over into the courtroom. Your job, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to make sure, see if it'll let me go off camera. Oh, automatic camera, look at you. To make sure that you can find the fraud, find the lies. Because if you can't and don't, they will use it against you. And then your day has been made bad. Now, obviously, for those people that should be locked up, it is what it is. Sorry, did the crime, you do the time. But to make their numbers look good, to then show the very people out there in the public and their bosses, hey, this is why we get the money paid that we get paid. We're keeping crime down. But when you're using deceptive practices to convict people of minor things and things they didn't do, there's a problem with that. It's not justice. It's injustice. So to those officers out there who watch my channel, I know you guys do, because I've been contacted by a number of you guys, mostly all in the positive, and to the negative ones, don't bother because it'll be deleted before I read it. Same with the trolls. Don't waste your time. Or as Bruce Lee would say, don't waste yourself, man. Because I will not respond. And no, I will not be on any of your negative shows or podcasts or whatever else. I very rarely do that in the first place. I'm not going to debate you. The proof is in the pudding. I'm not going to let you use me to try to gain fame off the name I'm making, as they said in NWA and Eazy-E. So this is about providing information and you doing your own research. I'm not going to waste my life force and energy with negative people trying to prove something that I already know what it is. I read their books. I don't have to feel some type of way about the information. I've read and interpreted. Unless your IQ is anywhere near 160, don't even bother. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm necessarily right all the time, because it might mean that I don't have all the necessary information to make a articulable determination on what's presented. But in general, if I have enough, then my interpretation of it is going to be better than yours. So, that being said, you now know what you didn't possibly know before, is that they are allowed to indeed lie to you. And that lie might carry over into the courtroom. Your mission, once again, is to find the laws, find the lies, find the fraud, find the perjury. All you have to do is find one piece, and the whole court case can come down. Now, I call it death by 1,000 cuts. One thing in there that imperfects the scenario does in fact destroy and void the whole case. But they might try to just ignore that, because once again, if you're dealing with them on the lower levels of the court state level, you're operating in their own jurisdiction, so they're going to bend things. So the more facts that you can use against them, the better. And yes, we will be doing seminars. So be looking for my website, blackside32.com. Check back periodically. I'll start making videos when I'm confident that we have enough information and enough interest in that. We will be doing, if you will, like a light mock court scenario where we'll be going over all of the ins and outs of the court that I know, including information on how to deal with courts in general. All right. We're not going to go through necessarily tit for tat in the courtroom, but we'll have the information to help you prevent yourself from having to go. Or if you do go, the basic things you need to have in place. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Wolf's out. As always, you can check out and get information and hoodies and all that good jazz on blackside32.com, as well as all my social media outlets. And don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe. Got to throw it in there at least every once in a while still. We are almost at 60,000 people, guys. I don't see why in the next, I don't know, couple of years, we won't hit 100 at this rate. So, wow. I don't even know what to say at that point in time. I mean, right now, 60 is the short milestone, 75, 80, and then 90 to 100, so we got a couple spots. After that, I really don't even care anymore, because after that, the next big one would be what, 250,000. That'll take forever, if ever, you know what I mean? Then half, and then what, 1 million? I highly doubt this channel will get to 1 million, just because, there's so many things. But hell, I don't know. All I know is 100,000 is a far spot away. 500 and 1 million is might as well be on the moon. But if you guys help me get there, then I don't even know. You know what? I'll say this. How about this? If we get to 1 million subscribers, I will make all the files and everything I have for free. Hold me to it. All right. In case I forget about this video. If we get to 1 million subscribers, because at that point in time, the knowledge has gotten out there so big, and YouTube will finally actually be paying some decent money. I won't even care about it, but if not, if YouTube does start paying a decent check, before then, maybe say at 500,000, I'll do it then too, So how about that? How about if we hit 500,000 subscribers to 1 million, I will make everything, all the files will be free. Consultations will still be my time, so I have to charge for those, but we'll just make all the files free. How about that? I said it. Y'all can hold me to it. I'm a man of my word. And if I do not maintain my word, then you guys call me out on it. All right? Fair enough? All right. Because you know what? A lot of this information is out there anyway. I'm just doing this because not enough donations come in, and YouTube ain't paying enough. The consultations are okay. So, got to do what you got to do to keep the lights on. But if I get to 500,000, YouTube should probably finally be paying a nice check. Tired of the tiny checks. And I'm just kidding. The people who are in the Badwolf, the Wolf Pack, thank you for your contributions. Thank you for the random donations, small or big. And so, yeah, like I said, I said in the beginning that my goal was just to do something that I can generate enough passive income, so yeah, once we hit that spot, yeah, I'll make everything on there free, the stuff that I provide, let's say if I don't do this anymore, but if I were doing your plates or an ID or something that you'd still have to pay for, but all the files that I've made, including whatever else I get, will be made free. So that is my promise. I swear it. All right, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Continue to watch the videos, guys, because we got some more fire stuff coming. So I'll talk to you guys later.